Good afternoon. Welcome to our neck of the woods.
Well, hello.
Bella. Hey, let's get Bella taken care of real quick. And I promise we'll get started. Bella. Hey, let's get Bella taken care of real quick. And I promise we'll get started.
All right, Bella. You're all set?
Bella. Hey, let's get Bella taken care of real quick. Okay. And I promise we'll get. Okay.
Right.
Hi, Kathy. It's nice to see you.
This is with.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So today.
Everybody's dropping out. Oh no. Oh well. We'll get started right now and have at it. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So today I just wanted to cover just some basic essential oil stuff. We use essential oils a lot for our home health care. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an herbalist. I'm not a pharmacist. I do not play one on YouTube. And there's my disclaimer. So let's get discussing stuff, I guess.
Lazy Sunday morning.
Yeah, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hey, Working.
Hello, Working.
All right.
Bridget, how are you?
So I'm really not sure where to start. I'm going to show you my little collection here. It's very little. I can probably fit it all in 2 hands.
Maybe.
Some of these are examples. It looks like a lot, but I promise it's not. I have examples in here too. So our go-tos that we keep in our house, frankincense, and it's not the really expensive kind, but it does the same job because the resins in the frankincense, they're marketed. I'm going to show you this. They're marketed for comfort and healing, but frankincense is really great for pain relief, and it's also good for breathing issues. So my daughter and I, our favorite combination is for sleeping time. If we're having problems with our breathing, let me find where's our lavender? I thought I
don't know.
Well, I thought I had it. I've got another one here. I just have the boxes so I could show you guys the packaging. Like, just because it says that's what it's for, it's got a lot of uses. So this is our favorite combination, and we literally just, I'll do this. That's it. A little dab of each oil on my chin. Now, some oils will burn your skin, so you don't want to do that with something you're unfamiliar with. But frankincense doesn't, and lavender doesn't as either. So lavender can help with stress, like mental stress. And like I said, frankincense can help with breathing. It can help with pain relief. So those are our two, like, that we try to keep in the home at all times. Clove. Clove is a really good oil to have for toothaches. Clove is the original toothache medicine. It has a numbing property. Now, the other thing is with the oils I have all the oils I need as separate ingredients, so they're multi-use, but I can make my own thieves oil from the oils that I have. So knowing the properties of your oils is kind of important, and it doesn't take much research. You can Google it. There are tons of articles online about the properties of essential oils, and that's what I would suggest looking up. And then if you find something that's a blend, what you can do is look up what is in the blend. Now, it's not going to give you the exact recipe. Like, it's not going to say 10 drops of this oil and 20 drops of that oil. But it will give you a generic overview of what that oil blend contains. And I'm talking about, like, this is an oil blend, and it's called Breathe Easy, right? And you can use this in, you can use that in a air. What's it called? My little
diffuser.
Yeah, so you can use this in a diffuser.
I get that. Right. That's actually blue, not green. I don't know what's going on with the colors on our screen here.
But you know, if you look up what oils this contains, it's going to tell you what you can use, you know, to blend together. And again, the properties, if you know the properties either of the herbs or of the oils, then you'll have greater success of making your own stuff, which a lot of times we do. We'll make our own blends. These are nice and convenient, though. I'm not gonna lie. These are very convenient for like head cold season. Let's see what else I got here. Immunity blend, and this is like a knockoff of Thieves. Okay, and so you'll find there'll be a lot of these different immunity blend, Thieves oil, immunity booster. When you start getting into essential oils, they all have essentially the same ingredients, okay? And you can Google Thieves oil recipe online as well. And there's a nifty little story that goes with that. If you guys are not familiar with Thieves oil, it came about during the Black Plague. There were thieves that would use a specific blend of oils, and they would put them at like their nose, or they'd put them on a kerchief and then cover their face, and they would go in and they would rob the houses of the people who had the plague, you know, because they were dead and they didn't need it, and that's how they looked at it. And well, when these 4 thieves got caught, the king at the time had offered them their lives for the in return for the recipe that kept them healthy. So and I actually have what they call Thieves Oil today. Young Living, I think, has copyrighted that name now, but it's been called Thieves Oil for a really long time. They want to smile.
Just tired.
So when you look at
for her on this one today,
when you look at Thieves Oil, it usually has clove in it, which is a powerful antiviral, antibacterial properties. It's got lemon or lemongrass. It's got a lavender, eucalyptus, rosemary, cinnamon bark, and all these are really, really powerful immune boosters, antiviral, antibacterial, antifungal. Some of these oils have the different properties. So knowing the properties of the oils is the most important thing, and especially if you just want to only have a handful and not a cabinet full, right? So if you have your essential properties, you'll be able to mix your own blends that are going to suit your needs best, because buying them off the shelf, while it is convenient, it is not always good for everybody. I've known people who have serious breathing reactions to anything with resin, like with a resin base. So frankincense is a resin base oil, right? Because the resins are what is giving the oil its properties. Juniper is another one. So, you know, you got to think about that stuff. Now, oregano, right? Everybody's heard about oregano, the marketed name brand pill of oregano oil. That is a super healthy way. This is a natural antibiotic. Again, I'm going to put my little, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a pharmacist, not a herbalist, not a homeopathic medicine person. This is just what we do at our home. There's my disclaimer again. Oregano is a powerful antibiotic, okay? A natural antibiotic. Now, this is probably the best way to do it. And if you don't want to spend $30 on a supply of pills that will not last you that long because of the way you have to take them. All right. Now you can buy, if you have a natural health food store anywhere near you, chances are you can buy a pill making machine and you can buy the capsules that fit that machine, and you can make your own. You can make your own little stuff. Always make sure that whatever pill, whatever oil you're going to use is the kind that you can take internally. Some oils are not meant for internal use. Okay, always check that. Hey, Liz. Um, so eucalyptus, we all know this is perfection for breathing for a lot of people, and that's why it's in cough drops. That's why they use it in Vicks. It's a very potent. Um, and real quick, guys, before I forget, I'm going to put this warning out there again. If you're using essential oils, right, be careful if you have pets. Make sure that your pets can tolerate whatever you're using. Tea tree oil can be, like if you try to put tea tree oil in a diffuser to help clear out a sinus infection, which I know people that do that, and that's great. They don't have pets because those fumes from the tea tree oil can harm your cats and some dogs. Some dogs are okay with it. Some dogs it's toxic to, just like it's toxic to cats. It's toxic to almost all cats. Okay, just so you know. I'm not sure about ferrets and goldfinches and the other domesticated animals that people tend to keep. You have to do a little bit of research into that, but I'm sure it wouldn't be hard information to find if you really wanted to know. On that note, tea tree oil, or melaleuca, that's what it's also called, melaleuca, and it comes from a tree in Africa, in Australia, and this is the most potent potent. It's potent. But you can heal things. This will burn your skin. Direct contact by itself. It's usually suggested to dilute it if you're going to use it on your skin. Like if you're going to use it topically, put it a couple drops in some lotion, or like we use. And this was one of my examples. I don't know if you guys can see this. We got these little bottles, and they just have the glass dropper. Okay, that little glass dropper. It's not an eyedropper, so I don't have to maintain it. I think these are a little bit more. I think these are better. I think they're easier to sterilize when you are done with an oil and you're changing something out. This happens to be my olive oil and tea tree. I recently had an ear infection, and I treated it with this, and it was 4 days, and then I used frankincense around my ear and the lavender to help me sleep, and to stay calm because the pain was pretty intense. But in 4 days of using my drops that I made, which is just, I think I had about 10 drops of tea tree oil in about half of this bottle. This is about, I think it's like a 4-ounce bottle. And I did half a bottle of extra virgin olive oil in it. And it serves two purposes, because that tea tree is that antifungal, that antibacterial, antiviral. It's got all those properties. And then the olive oil, or you can even get sweet oil, which is just like a clarified garlic oil, right? So it has a lot of the same properties, but it doesn't have that smell. So you can get that even. And if you wanted to put a little bit of the tea tree oil in it, it's just going to help. And that loosens any wax or any debris in the ear canal. And so it's like a dual purpose. So that's what we use. That's Mom does things her way, and that's just the way I do it. And I like to have my mind changed. I like to be educated, and I like knowledge. So if you guys have suggestions and stuff, I'm open, all ears open for that. All right, so what else do I got here? Lemongrass oil, and these oils that I have, some of them, I do have some that cost me some money because when I first started getting into essential oils, I thought, the higher the better. Now I have those put away, and I use those only for like if I need to do something for internal. Um, I'll use those higher priced ones that I know are food grade, and those ones are the ones I'll use to make my capsules and whatnot. Um, these are mostly like the $5 bottles that you can find at your local Wally Mart or Walgreens or any place that sells like typical oils. They're not the best quality, but they still have the properties. Okay, and they're reasonably priced, and you can use them. All of these can be used topically, so and you will find uses for them. If you dilute a little bit of this lemongrass and lavender, and then if you want to take it a step further, even 1 or 2 drops of eucalyptus, it is about the most effective natural bug spray. And we live above a swamp, literally, so we have a lot of mosquitoes in this area. Um, in the spring and in the fall, we have ticks, and so we find it useful. Okay, we find it really useful. And then for the human use, I'll put a couple drops of tea tree in there too, because it'll like bees won't come around us, the deer flies won't come around us, nothing will come around us. But for the pets, I use the lemongrass, lavender, and a few drops of eucalyptus. But I try to make it a little bit more lemony and lavendery for them because they can handle those scents, even my cats. And it keeps the fleas and it keeps the ticks off of them, which are really, really important. And ticks carry more than just Lyme disease. And the thing with Lyme disease is all the residential diseases that reside there. There's always more than one that's delivered with tick bites. So I found that the hard way. So just things to think about. This is juniper berry, and this one is food grade, and I have it food grade. I bought this one food grade because this one is for urinary tract infections and things of that nature. So this will help clear up a urinary tract infection very quickly, and that's something that can lead to really severe health problems if it's not treated. And so this just stays in my medicine cabinet. Now, you don't want to keep these. Essential oils are almost always bottled in glass and in dark glass. Okay. If you're buying essential oils and they don't come in colored glass, don't buy it. Just don't buy it. It's not going to do you any good. The glass retains the properties of the oil. The darkness prevents the sunlight from like weeping away the properties, because if you leave these out in direct sun or you leave them out in light all the time, it degrades it degrades the effectiveness. Okay, so you don't want to be doing that. You do want to keep them like in a medicine cabinet or a box, or just out of direct, like cool dark place. You keep them in your pantry. They're not going to hurt anything. Let's see, what else do I got here? My eucalyptus. Now, I have all the things I need to make. See if I can do this.
Not my wife's best talents.
No.
Pushing her luck again.
I have all the ingredients I need to make my own homemade thieves oil. And I would probably add a couple of these. For the prevention and for the healing. And my lemon. Don't forget the lemon. Lemon's vital. Listen, you guys, Mr. Swing and Door, GATES guy, tried to patent the lemon. That's how important lemon is to your health.
Yeah, so much
right?
control he wanted over it.
You can't patent natural things, and that's the only reason he wasn't able to do it. But he tried to. He filed an application to patent the lemon. Now, if that doesn't tell you how powerful lemon is, I don't know what else does. It helps to alkalize the body. It is just naturally, the acids in lemon are naturally antiviral, antibacterial, blah, blah, blah. It boosts your immune system by alkalizing your body, and it helps you to detox.
Monty's question.
What is it? I'm sorry. Clove. Clove, Monty. Clove is the original. You can get this for $5 at Wally World. And you can use this on your mouth. You can still find in some places the tiny little bottles of toothache stuff, and all that is clove oil. And sometimes they did clove oil and iodine together, I think, back in the day. But yes, clove is most excellent. Yep, on a Q-tip around the gum. You can do it with a Q-tip. You can a little on your finger. It has numbing properties. It will numb you. Okay, so anywhere that it's going to hit you and you run your tongue across it, you're going to be numb. All right, for a little while. Yeah, Grizz, tell us. If you say a string and a doorknob, though. Yeah, no, any information like that is really excellent, and you should put it in chat or come up and chat with us about it, because we are, quite frankly, all about trying to help people, and the only way that we can do it is just share what we do know, right? And it's not a lot. I'm not a master of anything. So, but I try to have a well-rounded knowledge base, and I think that's really important. So any little bit that you can get will help. Now this is an oddball, and a lot of people don't even know what this is or that it exists. And this is organic. Whoa. Oh, I'm so not good with this camera thing. Organic neem oil. NEEM. Right? Nancy Elizabeth Mary. Now, this isn't something we use on ourselves. However, this is very important if you have animals, okay? This is going to help keep parasites off their skin. Yeah. Now, the thing about this is you do want to dilute it, because animals clean themselves with their tongue. So you do want to dilute it. It can cause them to go out and hurl.
Coconut oil.
Defractionated coconut oil.
Yeah, defractionated coconut
oil. On our dog, when flea season starts, if he doesn't have anything to keep them down, he is allergic to them. So he starts, and that's the thing, usually it starts that way with dogs, and sometimes cats, right? Even mange, that's how it starts. It starts with an immune deficiency that lets the candida, is it a bacteria? I think it's a bacteria.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Or it's a fungal, I don't know, but the candida yeast on his skin to grow out of control, and that can lead to parasites under the skin and mites, which leads to mange. And there are 2 different kinds of mange that I know of. There may be more. I'm not a vet. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's good for your plants too. That's right. Yeah, Epsom salts too. So we use this in a combination with other oils to help him, because he gets hot spots real bad, and it happens to him every year to some extent. And the poor baby, topical solutions from the store do not work on him. All they do is make him stinky. And I feel like I'm trying to poison my dog when I do that, and I don't like that feeling. And if it's not going to do him any good, I'm not going to keep doing it, right? So the only thing that we found that actually works for him is some of the oil treatments or getting those chewables. And the vets in our area are rather busy because the vets in our area also tend to all the farm animals, and they're, of course, we live in Amish country, so we've got big dairy farms, we've got horse farms, we've got there's a lot of dog, what do we call them? Some of them are puppy mills.
Yeah. The other ones are really good. They're not,
but there are a lot of breeders.
A lot of breeders. Yeah. And we also have 2 Amish guys in the area that have exotic animal
farms,
zebras,
giraffes,
all kinds. So they're always busy. The one main guy we have, he's super busy. You can't even get an appointment with him. You have to go through one of his other associates within his, facility. But they're all good. Don't get us wrong. But during certain times of the year, it's real hard to get your dog in, and they're a little bit more pricey just because of their background, and they want you to pay for that.
So the other day I was talking about essential oils that you could get from the Dollar Tree, right? From a dollar store. And this is kind of what they look like. They come in a roll-on. They're already diffused. And I got these for Raina. She really likes them. They had peppermint, lavender, and a tea tree. But like I said, they're already diffused. So it's a couple drops in either vegetable glycerol or defractionated coconut oil. That's usually how they're done, right? And she likes them. I don't have to worry about her using them. She likes to put them on like they're perfumes. That's fine because peppermint is also one of those bug repellent smells. A lot of bugs don't like them.
And real quick, if you buy a bigger bottle of it and it's not a roll-on, just get the recipe for it on how to diffuse it, and you can pop this plastic top, pulls right out. You can refill this bottle, put the cap back on, you still have a roller. And they're glass. They are not plastic. So it makes it nice. They keep well.
Artist and poet. That is a great question. And I sometimes suffer from that and crack hands in the wintertime. And quite frankly, I take my coconut oil out of the kitchen and I put it on my hands. And I put it on my feet.
And the tablespoon
and then I wrap
helps
them up
too.
Yeah, and if you take it internally,
might not. It's kind of greasy.
You know what? Doug and Stacy have a really, really great recipe. It has turmeric, coconut oil, black pepper, a lot of good, really healthy things that make a yummy little drink. And I will get that recipe and I will share that with you guys, okay? I don't have it offhand right now, but it's a really simple thing to make. It's really easy. It's actually pretty tasty. It doesn't sound like it's going to be when you're making it, but I promise it is. And but coconut oil is probably like the best. If you don't have that, when you have cracked skin, what you want is to seal the skin so that the moisture your skin can heal itself, because your skin is an organ, right? It's your largest organ. And it's also the organ that is most affected by environment, because your skin is getting attacked from every which way all day and all night, just by the air you breathe, by the places you go, car fumes, everything, right? So that's what I do. In the event you don't have coconut oil, any other oil will work. I mean, you could take vegetable oil and rub it on your feet and it'll help. Wrap them up in socks when you're done, because you want to keep that moisture in there, and you got to keep applying it. Now, if you want to buy something off the shelf already made and you're asking me what I feel works, a store-bought product, I would say Aquifer. because that is the one thing that we have used that has worked really, really well. I don't like Vaseline. It does work. If you have it, use it.
Yeah,
but it's a petroleum-based product. Aquifer is not, but it acts as like it has the same kind of texture, and so it helps to seal in and help the skin heal really well. And you can always add a couple drops of one of your favorite essential oils into it, right? Right into that, and then rub that on your feet or rub that on your hands or wherever you're having cracking, and that'll help you too. So what else did I have here that I want to talk about? Let me see. Tea tree, we kind of covered that. Eucalyptus, lavender, oregano. All right. So yeah, I don't think you can say it enough. Just because they package it like this, they market it like this, does not mean that those are the only properties that these things have. Plants are medicine. They are our original medicine. And if you can find the properties of plants. Oh, rosemary. I want to talk about rosemary. I have asthma and I'm a smoker. Yes, apple cider.
Both of us. We know.
Apple cider vinegar is great for cracked feet as well. No, Monty, you're absolutely right.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if you're taking apple cider vinegar, like a tablespoon a day and a glass of water in the morning, it'll help you, again, to regulate and alkalize your body, right? That interstitial fluid, because we're mostly water. So that will help a lot. It does help with athlete's feet as well. When, you know, we have boots. We wear, we're booted up a lot of times, most of the time through the year. And in the summer, I tend to sometimes have problems with that. And athlete's feet is an overgrowth of candida yeast, guys. It is the candida yeast. That doesn't just cause yeast infections in women. It can cause yeast infections in mouth and on feet. Yes, it does help to detox. But I use this little olive oil with tea tree that I used in my ears. I use this for multiple things, and that is actually one of them. You can use this for that too. So, this $5 can take you a long way because all you need is a couple drops, right? Oh, there is one more thing I did want to. This is the best honey. This is just a low. This is the 15 plus. The 30 plus will cure just about anything that ails you. When we do get sick, this is part of the medicine. A spoon a day. Or 2 times a day.
It's expensive, but it's worth it. It really is. I think we got that for what, 24?
Yeah, this is 12 ounces, and it cost us about 25 bucks. Okay, yeah. It is a little expensive, but
it's not something
raw
that you put in your
Manuka honey has healing properties that most even just local honeys don't have, and it's highly effective and highly concentrated.
Now, if you just want honey in your tea or you want honey on your toast, go with your local honey. But if you're sick, that's when you want to turn to the Manuka, or you feel that it's coming on. That's when you get out your Manuka and then you put that and use that. Not really on your toast so much, but in your tea or a tablespoon just to eat is the best way. But you don't want to just use it just to use it. That one you want to have in your back of your cupboard or in a cool area for when you start to get sick or you feel like you're getting sick. Then
because
put a tablespoon in your tea. Eat a
honey doesn't go bad.
So
honey doesn't go bad, right? You don't have to have any kind of special refrigeration or anything for honey. Honey, even when it crystallizes, still has all of its medicinal properties. Okay, so. Liz, I don't know what you were asking about to help with weight loss, but a little apple cider, that tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and a cup of water every morning will help. You can add honey to that, and that will help. Now, honey is a funny thing. For all of its benefits, you have to know how to use it, right? Eating it raw is very beneficial. If you put it in super hot water, like say you've made a cup of tea, and most people don't know how to make a proper cup of tea now. And I don't mean any disrespect to anybody out there, because I'm a tea lover too. I love my tea. I love my herbal teas. But it if you boil water, right? You're boiling your water. You need to let that water settle for a couple minutes, like 2 to 5 minutes after it's boiled, and then make your tea, or you're going to destroy all the useful beneficial things in the plant that you're making tea from. It'll still be tasty, but it's not going to provide you nutrition or medicinal things, right? So keep that in mind. Now, honey in warm water will help you lose weight. Warm, not hot. If you put honey in cold water, you will gain weight. Okay. Um, that's how honey is funny, but it's really good, and it's shelf stable forever. So there is that. Mint is and yeah, artist. Um, mint is fantastic if you want to keep away mice, if you want to keep away ants, rats, all kinds of things. Yep, and growing these plants too helps. Now let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. So you have a couple mint plants out there, right? So you have some herbs growing, and you want to make them into essential oils. Well, you're obviously you don't have the machine processes to really condense and get a strong oil like the ones that you're going to find in bottles. You can pick up these little brown bottles with the glass droppers. I think we got, what was it, like a dozen for $10 or something. And these are 4-ounce bottles.
I got those from work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, those. I used to work at a pharmaceutical warehouse, and we had a damaged box. The vials inside were fine. These were fine. These have those. I'm trying to remember the name. Dropper. Yeah. I try to remember the name, but you know the anesthetic that we're in.
Yes.
But anyhow, it's those glass tips that you just dab a drop on. Well, anyhow, I'm not too sure how much they go for. If you can find them in a Walgreens, CVS, ask your pharmacist.
You can order them off Amazon and other places too.
Might send you to a good place that's pharmaceutical grade. That way you know you're getting it sterilized. That's all we're going to. If you don't know, go ahead when you get them in, boil them in hot water, let them sit, and then from there it'll be fine.
So you can make some of your own essential oils. They're not going to be as potent as some of these, because a lot of these are like they've machine pressed and then soaked the oils. But you want to take and fill a jar up with some of your herbs, right? Say you've got mint. Take a whole bunch of that mint and you push it down into the jar and you fill it up, you fill it up, you fill it up, about 3/4 of the way full. Any jar. You can make them in a mason jar. Just keep them out of direct light, okay? You can use extra virgin olive oil, and that's going to make it food grade for you. So you can put it into foods, into desserts, and frostings, or use it to make tea, like a cold tea or whatever. I mean, there are so many uses, right? You can get defractionated coconut oil, and you can put your herbs into fractionated coconut oil. Some people prefer vegetable glycol. I'm not a big fan of that, but that's my thing. Almond oil is fantastic if you want to try your hand at making your own oils. And you're going to let those herbs sit in that oil for about 6 to 8 weeks, okay? You do want to pull them out before, because they're living things, right? You don't want to use any dried herbs. If you can, using fresh herbs is the best. So those are things that you can do a little bit on your own, and they'll just help out your medicine cabinet, you know. And what else was I was just going to say something else too. You guys have such great comments today. Does anybody want to come up and throw out some of their knowledge? Because I love learning stuff, and there's a lot of stuff I don't know. I really I enjoy a good conversation if anybody wants to come up. Um, so yeah, apple. Oh, we love making apple butter. Uh, yeah, love apple butter. I use whole cloves. Do you use whole cloves or do you use like the ground up cloves?
What'd you say?
And we do slow cook. We'll cook it. I have a recipe that calls for it to be cooked for 12 hours, but we cook it for about 24 hours, and it is just the best stuff on earth. Yeah,
apple butter.
we love it. We love our apple butter.
Let's see. Yes, I did this batch back in
Apple cider vinegar.
4/6/2020.
Oh, artist, I would love to have some of your apple cider vinegar. I tried to make apple cider vinegar for the first time last year, and I think I was apple cider moonshine. It got pretty
right.
Yeah, that was definitely like we took the top off to smell it, and I was almost inebriated right then and there. It was pretty.
Bet you we have some good hooch.
Yeah, we ended up in it for a couple of days. They were fun.
Yeah, we just ran around like what? More of a turkey.
I would love it. Even if you don't want to put the camera on, if you want to come up and maybe talk to us about making your own vinegar, because I know you can. I know you can make it and develop the mother. I've done that and developed the mother, and then I think I just let it go too long, or maybe I didn't pull the apple stuff out at the right time. But I would sure love to have some more information about that if you would be so kind.
Right there. She's good.
Yeah, don't only with a wooden spoon. I knew that bit.
It's yes, we also make pesto as well. Wow.
You can freeze that in ice cube trays.
I'm gonna give a little small tip for someone who wants to do like a spaghetti sauce on an instant and doesn't have much time to do it. You don't have all day to cook it. If you just take a spaghetti sauce or just a tomato sauce, sorry, just one can and about, I don't know, it's about 2 tablespoons per like 5 to 6 ounces of tomato, maybe 3 ounces of tomato sauce. And I'm gonna tell you what, you'll never buy spaghetti sauce again. And I just use olive oil, Italian seasoning, and Parmesan cheese with 2 tablespoons of granulated garlic. Dump that in the olive oil, and I'm gonna tell you what, if you just change the seasoning a little bit, you can make pizza sauce out of it if you want to. But you can use it for anything, even if it's just a single herb, oregano or basil, or
Are you guys?
Pesto is awesome too. I love pesto.
Would you guys be interested in an episode maybe on making your own seasonings and your own dressing mixes and things like that, like dry mixes that you can use in your kitchen? Because we do that a lot.
We make our own ranch.
We make our dressing. Yep. We have our own ranch that we make.
I'm going to do
and it's a dry mix, and then we mix it up as needed, and then like our own taco seasoning that we do.
Good stuff.
We have a lot of that kind of stuff that we do.
I also make our own homemade barbecue. It outbeats Sweet Baby Ray's. I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you what. I will get into my recipe box, and
we'll do a few.
We'll do something on that. If you guys have suggestions, either drop them in chat, or drop them in comments, or send us an email. Because yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that absolutely, because I think having a knowledge on how to make your own seasonings is going to come in more handy than being able, the stuff that they're selling us in these stores nowadays. That's not good for you, man. They put so many anti-baking agents in it and preservatives that it's ridiculous. And there are ways that you can do. I mean, you can make your own creamer at home, right? And it's going to be super more healthy than going to the store and buying creamer that's got 15 anti-caking agents in it and half of it's plastic, right? So, and Liz, we're so hoping to see you in October, my lovely sister, and I will send you apple butter, and I will send you home with apple butter. So yeah, you guys got any more questions or tips we can toss up here? Oh, here we go. I know what else I wanted to cover, just slightly want to cover, right? Those herbs you have always have multiple uses too. So almost everybody knows the culinary uses of herbs, right? But you know basil helps with digestion. So depending on who has the indigestion and their flavor preferences, those things can help with digestion. Dill also helps with digestion, and it helps to relieve gas. Let's see what else. Rosemary. If you steep a little bit of rosemary, and you can use dried rosemary if you got it in your cupboard, you can use dry rosemary for this. And you do it like you're going to do a cup of tea and put that rosemary in there and breathe that in. It's right. When you have respiratory issues, cinnamon does the same thing. Cinnamon is a powerhouse. Cinnamon is, I highly suggest keeping cinnamon around. Peppermint too. Oh,
glad you tried.
Well, yeah. We'll post it again if you'd like to try again.
Like to try, might be our signal too. So
yeah, it may not be yours at all.
We're gonna go ahead and jump out of YouTube, just since everybody's in here now, and pretty much all y'all are mods anyhow. So, which is awesome. We appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead and we just turned off YouTube. That should give us a little bit more bandwidth to pull you in. Give it a try.
Hopefully. Yeah, purple dead nettle. Yep. Thistle is good for diabetes. Look it up. It's worth the research time, and it can shed some light on stuff. Stinging nettles also is good for that. You tried for it. Oh, artist, thank you so much. We love you.
Well, we just took down YouTube this time. We had YouTube running in the background with it. Sometimes that messes with people.
Yeah, there are big storms over everybody, I think, right now.
We have,
we understand.
If I take that off, it helps ease up the streaming. So you might actually be able to get in. If not, that's fine. You don't have to. But
So yeah, those are things. Know what your herbs can do for you as herbs as well. Okay, because powerful medicine in those plants, right? And if you know what it is, all right. Well, thank you for trying. I really do appreciate that, and I hope that that you'll try again someday, because I would love to talk with you. I would absolutely adore talking to you. I got like a million questions for you, and by the time I start typing, I forget most of them. So, so yeah, know your herbs. Look at the properties of those herbs a little bit more, and see what they can do for you. Everything has multi purposes. That oatmeal in your closet is not just good for filling your tummy. You can put that. You can soak that in some oils, make some oatmeal oil, and use that to soothe your skin as well. So, like if you get dry winter skin, that'll help. A little bit of that oatmeal. Oatmeal's no joke. You can use that for babies. You can use it for baking. You can make flour out of oatmeal, right? So when people laugh about people stocking up on oatmeal and they say you're never going to eat that much, well,
actually,
you can.
You'd be amazed.
You can use it for medicine. You can use it to calm a tummy. Like I said, you can make flour out of it. You can use it in baths for rashes. You can make a poultice out of it. You can do a whole bunch of stuff with it. So yeah, start looking into the properties of the things that you have growing around you. Like we have a big bush of lemon balm out front,
right on,
and it's a part of the mint family. So it grows like mint, right? I just let it go because I love it. It grows in full sun or partial shade, which is a beautiful thing when you live in the woods because there's not a whole lot of areas of full sun. So I try to find things that'll grow, where I plant them.
Yes, you can do that too, Bonnie. That's right. Right. Yeah.
And so that is one of those things where I can eat it, I can make tea out of it, or I can pull a leaf off and rub it on myself and use it to chase away mosquitoes. And it does work like that. So, multiple purpose things are always handy to have around. They're always nice to have around. So if you already have something around and just check out what other properties it has, right? So, because almost everything has more than one function. And if you find out what the other functions are, it makes it that more beneficial for you to have it. And the same goes with what we call weeds nowadays. Most of the weeds that we call weeds are not weeds. They're medicine, plants. Right? Look, and once you understand that a lawn, right, even though it's commonly accepted for people to have a yard nowadays, it's beautiful lawn and you got to go out and maintain it. You mow it. And, well, the thing about lawns, that's what the rich people did back in the day, where the upper crust, that's what they did. They had lawns to show off that they were so rich that they had no need to grow their own food. That's how lawns started. That's what it was. It was a statement. Upper crust, I don't know if you guys have ever dug into that. I really like the origin of things, so I dig into a lot of silly little things. Oh, Monty, you're welcome to come up. You are absolutely welcome. Upper crust, yeah, thank you. Upper crust came from when they baked their own bread, right? And when they started bleaching the flour to make it whiter, to make the bread look less, because wheat has all the different colors and the specks and stuff in it. And so if you were rich enough, you bought the white bread, you bought the upper crust.
Really?
And they would cut off the bottom crust that sat on the oven floor, as it baked, and that's what they would sell to the poorer people.
Just bring it up for you guys to read, yeah.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you for keeping us up to date on that.
That's awesome, Carolina. It's nice to have some grass to twirl your fingers through and lay around on, but you don't have to have a big patch. I mean, the rest of it you need around you, and it's just amazing just how people perceive that they don't need it, and you don't realize how much info and nutrition you can get out of everything, as well as medicinal.
Yeah.
So
knowing these things in times like these is going to be, I think, more beneficial than being lost in the sauce and not knowing even the most basic. Because I mean, there are plants and weeds out there. You can go right now, and if you know how to put that in your mouth and taste what it is, find out if it's medicinal or not, how it's used. You know what I mean? You guys, I talked about Dave Canterbury before. If you have not checked out his Materia Medica, I had put the link in one of the videos. We don't have many videos. I don't remember the name of it. If you guys remember the name of that bit, put it please. But know your surroundings. Be familiar. Everybody talks about bugging out, right? In a HF situation, right? Familiarity. So if you can stay where you're at, if you're in a good spot, don't go anywhere, because the familiarity is going to be more of a security, right, than being in a different place, not knowing the plant or the wildlife, not knowing how they run, not knowing where the water's located. You know, so I mean, there are just great skills that you can just develop, um, and and know where you are. I know most of the plant life in this area and in some other areas too. So I'd be able to recognize some stuff. But if I were going deep south, I'd have to look for pine trees because really that's the only thing I know about in the deep south that I know how to make medicine. I'd have to look for cat o' nine tails and pine trees. And that would be about it.
All right. We'll
All
see you
right, we
later,
love you
Liz.
guys. Yeah, we're probably going to get off here too. We just wanted to jump in and
But
give
yeah.
you guys a quick little show today. I want to talk a little bit about essential oils because I make mention of them often enough that I felt like it was time to do a little bit of a, show and tell on them. Like I said, I only have really the basics, but I cover a lot of ground with these basics, and so they suit me well. And if in a pinch, I have a box I can pop these in and put into a bug out bag if I had to. So that's that. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Usually don't.
So you want to come back over and take us out?
Yeah.
All right.
We are.
Thanks for joining us in our neck of the woods today, guys.
See you over there at 4 o'clock at Liberty Warrior. And
yeah.
I'm gonna go check out Mike Penny too.
We love y'all.
Just to see what he has to say.
Have a great day.
All right. See you guys.